Hello, everybody. Let's look at some key plays from the big Warriors comeback against the Wolves. Anthony Edwards had been roasting the Warriors most of the game, so a lot of the Warriors' defense became about keeping Gary Payton II harassing Anthony Edwards on the ball, and Draymond Green waiting in the paint. Minnesota countered this by trying to force Steph Curry to switch and become the defender on Anthony Edwards. GP2 tries to anticipate fighting over the screen, so Anthony Edwards goes the other way. GP2 does a nice job staying with him. Connolly rescreens closer, and Steph is going to say, fine, I'll switch. No need for violence. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Anthony Edwards feels like he can just out-jump Steph and get his three-pointer off, and he's become amazingly good at the three this season.
That was a foul, was correctly called. Yeah, as Draymond's third. It's just, I think the fans did not like the delayed Gobert reaction.
Yeah, but that's what happens if you get hit in the eye. You're going to react that.
Anthony Edwards puts it right in your eye with a three.
Okay, let's move to the end of the game. GP2, of course, is guarding Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards wants a screen to come to force Steph Curry to switch again. Steph Curry steps up to Anthony Edwards. So these guys are threatening to trap Edwards. And notice Steph is giving a loving hug to McDaniels so that he does not just quickly roll. And then Steph gives him another little tug. It's all right. Steph owes the league a few tugs. In the meantime, GP2 is just terrorizing Edwards with deflections. At this point, there's only 6 on the shot clock, so it's too late to force Steph to switch. GP2 shades Edwards so that he does not go middle. He's forced to attack in this direction. Now, pop quiz from my previous videos. The Warriors are going to trap the box. Which one of these defenders is going to rotate to help on Anthony Edwards' drive? The answer is it's always the job of the weak side man, which means the other side from the ball, and the low man, which means the person closest to the basket. And the weak side low man is Draymond. Trapping the box is on time. Low-key, the most important rotation is that when Draymond comes over to trap the box, the next guy over has to sink in to cover Draymond's man, Gobert in this case. You might say, well, doesn't that leave another man open? Yes, it does. So that's the whole point of trapping the box and sinking in, is that you have to leave somebody open, so let's make it the person who's farthest away and hardest to get a pass to. So Edwards does try to shot put this pass over everybody to the open man, but it's too late and also volleyballed by Buddy Hield.
You got to get a little more physical on the glass. Shot clock at 4. Edwards with GP2 on him. That's going to be a 24-second violation anyway.
In today's rematch, the Warriors set a lot of their screens very, very high on the court, which made for more space on the court for dribbling and for passing. Here, Jonathan Kuminga, he actually makes good contact with the defender, which means that Randle does have to step out and contain Steph. Rudy Gobert is in this super awkward position. If Draymond were alone, then Rudy Gobert could wander all over the court without fear, because even though Draymond's shooting quite well from 3, everyone feels like it's a fluke. But when Steph is nearby with the ball, he threatens to use Draymond as a screen and dribble into an open 3. So Gobert has to respect this possibility, which means he's left this enormous open runway to the basket. And Jonathan Kuminga is fast enough and strong enough to make this dynamic finish.
It's any better than that.
That's amazing. There's been a few good possessions where Warriors have done a good job on Anthony Edwards.
Kuminga for the lead! Kuminga went airwalking again.
Okay, another play to try to get Edwards away from GP2. He gets this pin down screen and he curls around. Edwards would have a fighting chance at getting to the basket, but Draymond Green traps the box. Steph Curry sinks in to keep Rudy Gobert from being open. And just by Draymond being here makes Anthony Edwards abandon this whole drive. Randle ISOing the smaller GP2, but Draymond doesn't feel like he has to go anywhere. GP2 is so handsy, Randle has to focus on his dribble so much that Jonathan Kuminga takes a free swipe at the ball and gets it. Boink. Randle makes this quite unbelievable play, instantly reacting and batting the ball to an open Edwards. Kuminga, with a quick second jump, gets this amazing contest
Game winding down to 2:22. Anthony Edwards with GP2 on him. Now Randle. Try to bang and bump and bulldog. Knocked away. Ricochet out to Edwards. Good look for a three, and he shot an air ball.
This looks like it's supposed to be another pin down curl for Edwards to get GP2 following him. But GP2 incredibly gets his hand on this again and knocks the ball free. Now it's just a completely broken play. They try a simple pick and roll to force Steph to switch, just like the good old days. But the Warriors don't want to play that. GP2 forces his way over the screen. Edwards is super shifty. To Steph's credit, he's keeping his right hand low in the passing lane, making it hard for Edwards to get a bounce pass through to the roller, which means he has to do a one-handed push pass, and you can definitely hear the shark music. GP2 intercepts this with glee. This is going to turn into a fast break. Hield is more or less even with his defender right now. Kuminga is more or less even with Julius Randle, but when Randle sees the steal happen, look at him sag. He looks like a Rodin sculpture titled, "They Traded Me from the Knicks for This?" And Jonathan Kuminga leaves him several screens away. Because Kuminga also hustled, that means that Edwards has to respect Kuminga's drive, which means Alexander Walker has to be ready to guard Steph. So Steph dribbles right at Alexander Walker to force him to choose Steph. Steph fires the pass to a very open Buddy Hield. Good try on the contest, but it was Buddy's night. I can't resist talking about one more play. Minnesota will have the ball, but Kerr is drawing up the play for when the Warriors get possession. If you look carefully on his clipboard, you can see the play. Draymond is going to stand on the left side facing the basket. Steph is going to come from the right side and set a screen for Draymond, who's then going to drive to his right towards the basket. So that's going to set up this play where Draymond stands to the left of the basket, and as prophesized, Steph steps up quickly to set this back screen. Jaden McDaniels turns to grab Steph. He holds him, saying, "Please don't leave me, baby." And he keeps his hand on Steph because no one ever got fired for holding Steph Curry. Gobert's completely screened. McDaniels is distracted. Draymond turns the corner with a vengeance, and he goes straight into the Draymond version of a night-night.
Draymond down the lane to dunk it down! Exclamation point! And he went night-night himself! He's doing the night.
All right, we have to do an instant celebration audit. Now, Draymond, I know you just dunked on your mortal enemy, but first of all, these hands are offset very awkwardly, so we lose some artistic merit points there. And secondly, his hands are way too high. They're sticking up above his head. They're not nice and tenderly next to his face. And worst of all, his left arm is blocking his mouth and his nose. There is no air involved in this process. This is an anaerobic night-night, which is no good. You need oxygen for a good night's sleep. Otherwise, this is going to lead to sleep apnea and all kinds of ill health. So, Draymond, you earned the night-night, but we do have to tighten it up. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and turn on notifications.